Yo, live on location. We in New York City, man. This our first hip-hop artist, man. We pulled up on one of our favorites, man. We got the man in the building, Fabo. I got the blackest one with me, you know what I'm saying? We in here chilling, man. Y'all need to tune in, man. A lot of New York, a lot of hip-hop, a lot of going on up in the building tonight. Fab with us.
It's only right, man. It's only right.
The first question we ask everybody, and this is a two-part question because you used to hoop.
Mm-hmm.
Who's the first person that bust your ass on the court? And who's the first person that bust your ass in the studio?
If that has happened.
In the sense of when you was in the studio, you heard somebody else in the booth and you was like, shit, I need to step up my shit.
All right, so we're going to go to on the court. When I was young, I think I was about 12, maybe 13. My mom's took me to Tennessee. Yeah, I'm a city boy. I hated even going. I ain't want to go there. My summer, I love New York City summers. My mom's like, yo, we going down to visit our cousins in Tennessee. Go down there. I'm hating it. Finally, no course. They live in the sticks somewhere. One day, I see a kid across the street shooting hoops in his. I guess he bought a hoop. And he's shooting hoops in the driveway. So I came walking over there like, yo, what's up? I can shoot around with you. And he's like, yeah, cool. So the one thing led to another. It's one-on-one time, you know what I'm saying? I'm thinking like I'm coming down there to represent Brooklyn. I got my little moves, all that.
Country
you know what
boy.
I mean? He ain't really got no moves. He just, shoot around. What's the name? But he was cracking my ass, man. He had a jumper, man. I don't know if he knew his driveway. He knew his points, his angles.
That's why he was shooting
Beat me
by
every
himself.
day,
He was
man.
working on that every day.
Yeah,
Beat
home
me
court
every day
advantage,
for like a
wait.
week straight, bro. I was like, so now I'm on the last day. I'm like, I got to play this dude one more last time. I'm not going back to New York without cracking him once.
Did you beat him?
Nope. Beat me by one. I was sick. Went back. But that was the first time, and it was ill because it wasn't even like this style of play up here. It was like, you know what I mean? It was like playing somebody who played a whole different way.
Right. You grew up playing.
But figure out how to win. You know what I mean? It kind of opened my eyes. Like, this ain't even the only way to play basketball. You know, I'm coming from New York and Brooklyn, and it's a lot of style and swag in our game. And like, you know what I mean? Yeah, I'm cutting them up and everything. I'm doing all of that to him. I'm dropping them, all of that. He getting the ball after I miss. He getting the ball back. Go back to that line. I got it. I'm like,
That's how we
damn.
looked at New York dudes, though. When we was coming through, like, early on, I would say, once you got into it and you really saw, then when you think, man, New York dudes can't shoot. All they can do is dribble. You go to their playground, they got chain nets or no nets. Like, how you can shoot? Like, all them dudes
Hard
do is
ass
dribble on the
rims.
court. They got, like, they ain't none of them can shoot. That's how we looked at New Yorkers as like, all right, New York dudes gonna cross you up and da-da-da-da. Like,
that's definitely part of it.
That was
Style
the-
and swag. A lot of our point guards, you know what I'm saying? Like,
that's what I was known
come
for.
from.
Some of the illest guards ever coming out. So that's what we looked in New York for. They got ball handlers. The first, I don't even know who the first person we played from New York that could shoot. Like, really, we looked at everybody as, even y'all bigs, like L.O., Artest, everybody can handle the ball.
Yeah. What about the studio?
In the studio, I don't think inside the studio I've ever ran into somebody in the studio that really gave me that feeling. Somebody that sent me a verse back, it went from being in the studio making the songs to somebody email you and you send them the joint. So like somebody that sent me a joint back and I've been like, whoa, that was tough. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part in the studio, I haven't really bumped into nobody that we was actually doing a song together. And it's some guys that's
even when you first start going to the studio, like when you first start, like you.
Well, I wasn't really getting in with nobody that was like top tier at that point. You know what I'm saying? When I first started going, I was the guy was looking at me and like, you know what I'm saying? So like once it transitioned into like me getting a deal or me, I remember like this is a crazy story, in like '99, I had just signed an Interscope and we wanted to do a song with Lil Wayne. So they set it up. We between Clue and I think Birdman, and Wayne was really young, and it was funny because they had like requests to come to the studio too. Like they wanted like 5 bottles of Cristal, and, you know what I mean? But the label took care of it at that point. You know what I'm saying? So even in that, we thinking like, you're gonna come there, people gonna be chilling, and what's the name? So boom, Birdman, and they came with it. I think they pulled up actually like on a tour bus. Birdman, Wayne still very young at that point. Slim, all of they crew came. They came in there. They threw the beat on. I think Wayne might have like either had like a verse or something that he recited. He went in there, like got it together. They was going in like 15 minutes. Swear to God, like in and out. Took the bottles of Cristal with them. We got the Wayne verse, but it wasn't like no like
interaction.
Yeah, it wasn't nothing. Like they came there. Wayne, I guess he had a verse that he was putting together or had already. He made sure it went to the beat or said it how he wanted to say it to the beat. Went in there, came out, dapped me up. They was gone.
How was the verse though?
Verse was cool. He did his thing. We never. The crazy part, we never released that song.
We never released it.
And they got paid before they got there.
Before they even came.
Yeah.
What about the person you said that I got that verse back from an email and was like, I need to step up the pen.
When I got Hove's verse back on Brooklyn, I'm trying to think. It's been a couple of those, but it never was the same way how we comparing it to the basketball thing where I was in it and I'm like, all right. So that was those email ones. Like I still got a shot now. You know what I mean? Like I got now the ball's in my court early. You know what I'm saying? And I could rise to the occasion. So. But a couple guys have sent me some verses back. Hove definitely was one. Drake was on a remix, and these wasn't even like hard street verses. It's just that they did their thing. You know what I mean? To the point where you looked at it like, all right, I gotta make sure I do my thing on this too. So it was a couple times that I would definitely off the top of my head say Jay and Drake.
You was a hooper and you rap. Like, where in that moment of time that your mentality was like, I'm finna stop doing this sports stuff and I'm finna focus on hip hop, I'm finna focus on rap? How old was you, like, when you like changed, like, you know what, I'm a rapper, I'm not?
Well, I love sports up until I think maybe midway through high school, where I like started figuring that I wasn't gonna play professionally. Hip hop was something I had been doing as a hobby all the way since I was maybe 11, 12 years old. So now I'm in high school. I'm about 16, 17. And I'm looking at it like I still love to play ball. I still love sports, but it's not going to be my, this is not what I'm going to end up doing. So, I still would play sports. I was involved in it, still watched it heavily, but I just made like a detour and then hip hop started becoming like more involved in my life a little bit. Like, it started being less a hobby. It started being like people was hearing that I was good or telling other people about me. And, so some certain things started manifesting. Even I started working with some guys and, they was telling me they was going to give me a deal. At that point too, I had heard that a few times. So I had a love for hip hop without having it, making any money or any kind of it was just a passion of mine. I loved the music. I loved the way it was bringing people together, how it was interacting with people, how even if you played sports, there would be a radio out there playing music. You know what I'm saying? It was always the background or, ran concurrent with whatever you was doing. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's really where the point with like midway through high school, maybe about 10th grade. I also was doing art too because I used to draw. So I went to an art high school here in the city too. So it was like art, basketball, hip hop. Basketball started feeling a little further away than actually be going pro. So I'm like, all right. Art was another thing too. I remember like getting discouraged in art school because you could be in your hood, like you draw something, they like, yo, that's crazy. You drew that. If you go to art school, And you like, all right, I ain't maybe not as good as I thought I was, or I'm not at their level, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, it gave me different things to look at, like, you know, all right, what am I really gonna do? I started really feeling in that point. But hip hop still felt genuine and organic. Like without you even, like I didn't have to look at that and say like, all right, I'm not gonna be this, I can't fuck with it no more. Like, you know what I'm saying? I could look at it like I still love hip hop. Like, even if I go be a mailman, I'm gonna be going to work listening to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so that's kind of how, and then things just started happening where people was hearing about me, and you know, I met a few people, and you know, things just gradually until it led up into Clue, you know what I'm saying? And that was a thing that I didn't even see coming either. And my story, I don't really got like, you know, I ain't get shot up 9 times like 50 or like, you know, have different like, but my thing was I got an opportunity, and when I looked at it, I was like, I don't know whether I'm gonna get this opportunity ever again to rap for Clue, to meet Clue, to go up here and be on his radio show. Like, you know, these are things that.
How did all of that happen? How did you meet?
I met the guys who was my managers, who ended up being my managers at the time, Cheo and Webb, and they was like promoters. So they had booked Clue a couple times. So they had like a relationship with them. I guess when they found me, they called them back up, like, you know, circle back around with like, yo, we got a guy who I need to check out. So they was cool with Skane, who was Clue's manager, and Skane invited us up. And I went up there, and I thought I was really just gonna meet him or maybe like rap for them in person. Right. Like, you know what I'm saying? But when I got up there, they was like, yo, we're gonna have you jump on the air and rap over the air. So I'm like, oh shit, all right. You know what I'm saying? But I just had to like get ready, get myself to this opportunity, because it was, you know what I mean? You could have got nervous in it and been like, yo, I ain't ready to rap today, but you may have never got to rap ever again. You know what I'm saying? Or that was just shot to, even if Clue didn't do it, somebody else could have heard it. Right. You know what I mean? It's on the radio. So, you know what I mean? I always remembered that as like making the most of an opportunity, because you never know whether it led to nothing. I could have ended up going back to my projects and it led to nothing, but I would have known that I put 100 in to that opportunity, and it could have led to something else. You know what I'm saying? When
did you feel like you was like nice? You was better than what you even expected? Like, when was that you came around like, oh shit, I'm nice. I can go with the best of them?
At first, it was people telling me they helped build my confidence a little bit, because I just was, like I said, it was a hobby for me at first, and it was something that I even admired the people that I was listening to. Like, you know, just starting out, I was listening to Big Daddy Kane and Rakim, and then it was Biggie and Jay-Z, and it was pretty much, you know, Brooklyn based too, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm looking at what's around me. So I'm looking at, you know, the guys those guys are legendary names, and I'm from the same areas, and seeing some of the same places that they're even showing, and Jay showing Marcy Projects. Marcy Projects look just like my projects, you know what I'm saying? It's 10 minutes away from where I live. So, you know, it's influencing me just from that alone, just from where you could see it and see that it's connected to where you at, where I'm living here, and he's showing it in his video, or he pulling up with a Bentley at his projects, and I'm like, yeah, I could do that, because you know what I'm saying, I'm in the same situation. But it was my friends telling me, and once I also started recording, I could hear myself versus other people, and I could tell that I was a little more like, you know, my flow would be more in pocket than the next person. Not saying that they was bad, I could see the difference. You know what I'm saying? That helped me really, you know, lock in on my shit too, because I was like, I could see the difference. Before, when you just rapping to yourself, or you just rapping like you're not really comparing it to anything. Yeah. So people are sometimes confident, cocky, or what's the name, until they go to a battle with somebody else, and then it'd be like, oh, all right, you ain't as ill as you thought you was. You know what I'm saying? So I just even rhyming along with people, and, you know, being in a cypher. I remember even being in school, like, what's crazy is I'm sure people from my school, like early high school, like they used to have like a rap lunch table, and I never used to rap at it. So I'm sure they seen me, like, even as an artist now, and just being like, yo, he never used to rap like this. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how somebody that, you know, end up doing it. Yeah. Because I used to really just be there and analyze them. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just hear their styles, watch their movements, like, just, you know, just seeing what was different about everybody. You know what I'm saying? And, like, I would take that home with me and use it kind of like and do my homework and then apply it to myself. You know what I'm saying? But I never rap in front of like I'm sure that probably bugged them out. That's like you seeing somebody who never played ball and with y'all just sitting in the league, you just bump into him in the league and be like, yo, when you start playing ball? Like, you know, you ain't even play high school, but like, yeah, man, just went to college and just, you know what I mean? Like it was some shit like that. Like so, that's how I was. Like I really was. It was still like a hobby for me. It wasn't even something yet that I had felt, but my confidence built from those couple things. Just me hearing myself along with other people telling me, people listening back, and you know. Even when I went on Clue that night, I was still in high school, like the last year of high school, and I came to school, and it was this girl. I always like joke that she was my first fan ever. When I came to school, she was like, "Yo, there was this kid on Clue last night. He was fire." Like, I'm like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, me? I'm like, that was me. She like, fuck out of here. That wasn't you. I'm like, I swear to God, that was me. She like, yo, how was that you? I was like, cause I went to Clue last night. She's like, you don't even be rapping. I'm like, I'm telling you, that was me. She was like, yeah, she still ain't believe. I had to rap her the rap from the night before, and she was like, oh shit, that's crazy. So now she running around. She telling like, yo, he was on the radio last night. Nobody ain't even really, you know what I mean? But that was like my first connection to somebody, and somebody seeing like, you know, admiring you, having admiration for what you did, and like, you know what I mean? So that also built my confidence a little bit too.
So we look at you, I mean, we both, like we say, we huge fans of, you know what I'm saying, everything you did in your career, but I look at you as one of my personal favorites, like lyrically.
Appreciate it.
And getting down as that. But I also love the fact that I could look and go listen to stuff, and I feel like it's a time capsule of what's actually happening right then, and I could take back to the two-way page. Like, what made that be a huge part? I feel like that's a part of your style. You stay relevant and on point with what's going on, but still lyrically dominant and dope, and able to still intertwine like the what's happening right now in the moment of whatever year it is. How did that become like part of your style?
Truthfully, I couldn't say that I like tapped on it and said that that's what I was gonna do. It was just like me living in it. So like when 2A Pages was out, I was like, that's what's cool right now. I'm gonna talk about what's cool. I'm gonna show what's cool, or whatever thing I was wearing that I thought was cool. I would put it in a video, or you know, when I first got the GT Bentley, maybe like 04, when I shot the video for Brief, so they had their car that they was going. I'm like, nah, we putting the Bentley in the video. Like, this is brand new. This is my car, and it's brand new, and this is the look that I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying? So I always was adamant about that, like, and always trying to like show what I was on. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's crazy because like how you saying that, like me having conversations with, you know, artists who are younger than me, or, you know, even Drake. Drake was like, yo, I remember the sidekick, you know what I mean? Or when you had those Adidas jackets, we all ran out to get that Adidas jacket you had with the Australia. You know what I'm saying? So those things, you know, those were connections, because they were not only that I was putting people onto it, but it was also what was cool at the time. And, you know, not all artists are able to do that too. Not all artists are able to dictate what's cool, or what's, you know, people to follow what they're doing, you know what I'm saying? So I always looked at, even with the jersey thing, like, you know what I mean? The jersey thing is
throwback king.
Yeah, it's always something that's gonna be connected to, you know what I mean, that time, and to me, you know what I'm saying? So people are always gonna say, yo, I'm Fab had the jerseys, da-da-da. And that just came about from, I just, you know, from the sports thing too. And, you know, I thought they was cool, and I like matching up the colors with your kicks, and you know what I mean, the hats, and it was, you know, at that time, you know what I mean. Of course, it's a time where it got a little much or oversaturated, but like at that time, that was it. You
Everybody,
know what I mean?
I still got jerseys to this day. I'm talking about,
Man,
like,
I got boxes of them, and they to your knees.
Like where do you keep all them jerseys? Storage. You got like
I got them in a big box of the storage.
You a
like,
pioneer of the jersey collection. Like some of the ones like that
and then
I thought
you got
was dope.
hats and do-rags to go with.
I had the hats to go with it.
Prince
get the J's to go with it. You gotta get the whole setup. Like, it was. That was the.
Where do you keep like they got their own house or something?
Nah, I really put them in like these big tall boxes.
And
just put them in storage just to see. Like, I went through them one day just to see if it was anything you could like salvage, but they too long. The numbers is this big.
Big, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
extra. That's
then it was connected to players too. Like, so if I got a Clippers joint, I would get D-Miles on. Like, I would look at the players that was there and say, like, you know, I want to wear that player one. Some of them, like, you know, the throwback ones was, you know, old players.
Right,
but like
right.
when you was wearing the people of the time, like you know, you get the people who you rock with too. So that also was cool aspect about it too.
Yeah, everybody known you like to rock a fly ass jersey that nobody else has.
It was the time, like, you know what I mean? Like it even like, you know what I mean? The big guys don't give me props, but it also made the big guys be able to get fly, you know what I mean? Big Fendi over there, he probably had a couple.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know,
Yeah,
the big guys could get
jerseys.
Yeah,
they made
they had the,
big, so it can rock a football
you know what I mean?
jersey.
They never gave me props for that. You know what I mean? just giving them a lane to, you know what I mean, be fly too.
Nah,
like,
you
know what I
definitely
mean?
set some trends out here now.
Rucker Park.
Rucker.
Like,
Woo.
Dykeman. You know.
Rucker. I got more connection to Rucker than Dykeman. Dykeman is amazing. The energy there is really dope. Like, and I like that for, you know, this era, and it's keeping the energy of Rucker to this era. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate that too. But like Rucker was, like, you can't
Unlike
really compare.
no
Like Rucker is a whole.
The
different
rain go to
ball game.
Gauchos.
Just that energy of it being there, across the street from the projects. You cross the street from the projects and you seeing Kobe playing a part, like, you know what I'm saying? Like when you seeing KD, like that's crazy. You know what I mean? That's crazy for an inner city kid. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's even motivation. That's, you know, inspiration that you can't even like pay for right there. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm sure it's like, I don't know what Hooper's like. I'm sure it's somebody who been in there who seen that and like.
They gonna go
and push them, you know what I'm saying? Like if they like, yo, I want this energy. Like, cause when you see it, it's different from the NBA. It's just a whole different energy in there. So like you like see that and see how people loving you and you walking out the park and the whole park following you, and you know, it's all kind of.
Rucker literally made other cities try to emulate it. Like I found myself going home to the green. I'm almost ashamed to say it, Chicago. I'm like, wait a minute, Chicago. We Chicago. We need to be emulating nobody. Like they got somebody running around with a damn microphone talking. I'm like, man, this is our pro. We don't do all of this. Ain't nobody running on the damn court after you then bot somebody. Like, your ass in the crowd.
Right.
It's all good. But like, Rucker was the first place that made.
And it was
cities
organic.
all over the
shit,
place.
yeah.
They wanted to emulate what was going on at Rucker. And they didn't want it to be in the gym. They wanted it to be at the park. Because it was at the park and here in New York. And they tried to, like, y'all had an energy. My man walking around with the belt. He was wilding with the belt. It was
What's one
crazy.
of your favorite moments in Rucker that you remember? Like,
it gotta probably be them bringing Kobe out.
right. That boy had the earpiece people walking around. You're welcome.
Then wasn't it a rumor like he came on a helicopter or something like that?
Wait, first of all, that's not literally a rumor. He went from every game from home to the game in the helicopter. We talked to him about it. I asked him. He's the Black Bruce Wayne. The man come out the Bat Cave in a damn
chopper.
helicopter.
Get the chopper. Schwarzenegger verse. Get the chopper.
Now.
Get the chopper. Yeah, I think it was. They said he came through, landed at the chopper somewhere on the west side, came up, walked in there. Like, you just not expecting to see Kobe in that kind of platform. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
and he got off.
Y'all might be the second. The podcast, and it's Rucker, then the podcast, then, you know what I mean? Like,
got him out. We put, hey, listen, when we got the confirmation, it was like the president coming. He was like, yo, don't say nothing. Don't take no pictures. Don't do no gramming or nothing. Like,
stupid.
Keep this. You know what I'm talking about? This is on a need to know basis. You hear me?
That's it.
But I think that definitely might have been it though. That pull up was legendary.
Kobe pulling up to the Rucker.
Yeah, it's legendary.
I want to ask you about your New York fandom. I think I already know the answer when it comes down to like Knicks or Brooklyn. Like you Brooklyn, right?
With the Nets and the Knicks?
Yeah, where we stand with that?
That's a touchy subject, but I definitely got to roll with Brooklyn because it's like it came to where my home is.
That's
like,
what I'm
you know what I'm
saying.
saying? I always was a Knicks fan because it represents New York. I'm from New York. But once the Nets came home, I got to like, you know what I mean? It's a deeper appreciation too because when they built the Barclays, it was kind of community driven. Like I see people from my hoods and like, you know, they work in the Barclays. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I thought that was pretty cool too. As an organization, I like that they opened the doors to actual people from Brooklyn and you know what I mean. I'm seeing people that I really know and grew up, you know what I mean, seeing before. So I was like, that was cool, you know what I mean. So I always had a respect for them for that.
So with that being said, what you think of? You got Kyrie coming to town. You got KD.
It's
you
lit.
Got Jordan.
It's lit. It's about to, you know what I mean. It's about to be lit in Brooklyn real quick. So, you know what I mean. Me and Cass got the So Brooklyn running right now. So I can't wait to really be in there and really root for KD and it's also two guys that, you know, appreciate their game. Like they always been solid with me straight up and. You know, it's now getting them guys to play for, you know, where you from is a different respect for them as well.
Yeah, Giants and the Jets, or the Jets.
I was a Giants fan. I wasn't feeling the
Jets,
the Odell trade. I wasn't really feeling that.
That was crazy.
Certain stuff I be taking personal, even though you shouldn't take it personal. Like especially sports. It's hard to take sports personal, but as a fan, sometimes you be like, man.
What did you feel when that came across your phone and you saw that OBJ was traded to Cleveland?
Because I wanted them to no disrespect to Eli, but I wanted them to get rid of Eli and run with this Odell, Saquon.
Yeah. You wanted to see him get some of this
Sterling
Jones magic, huh?
I think that's what it was time for, to move for that before the season started. That's what I thought the Giants were. I thought we was in the same place. I thought we both was like, all right. When the Odell trade came through, I'm like, what is y'all looking at? Like, what is y'all doing?
I thought we was cool. We not cool.
What about the Yankees or the Mets?
I fuck with the Yankees.
You never been a Mets fan?
I never been a fan. I went to some Mets games though. When I was in school, when I was a kid, this guy, if you got on the honor roll, the teacher, if you got on the honor roll, he would take you to a Mets game. So one time, I wanted to really be on, go to the game. So I got my grades up, got on the honor roll, went to the Mets game. It was cool. I was like, man, I think the next thing I wasn't even on the honor roll no more. I just wanted to go. And my mom was like, see, that's how you know you could do it, because if you want something, you know what I mean, you apply to it and you do it. But from that point, you know what I mean, I was like, I always was a Yankees fan based on the players and, you know, even through the 90s when they had those great years and stuff like that, I always was a Yankee fan. So I'm still, more Yankeed out then.
You talked about, how seeing Jay come from Marcy and your projects being similar to his, how that inspired you and let you know, yo, I could do it. Talk about when you first met him. Was he, well, clearly he wasn't as big as he is now, you know, but was he still, to you, meeting MJ? Was that your MJ moment, and how has he impacted you and everything you do, showing you how he's moved and the moves he's made and the success he's had? A
lot of it was watching as well, you know what I'm saying? I didn't ever come at him and be like, yo, how you do this, or how it was more like us coming from the same place. It's it helps you relate to that person, but at the same time, you still got your own story and your own, you know, Jay is Jay and Fab is Fab, you know what I'm saying? I watched a lot of things that he do. He also gave me a lot of game throughout the years. And just like you said, when he first was, I remember the time where it was kind of I felt like I was the young guy coming up and he was the guy in position, and it was I had to figure my own way. It wasn't just about coming and trying to figure out how to come like him, you know what I'm saying? It was me, I got to figure my own way. You know what I'm saying? Clue was connected to Jay, and Jay would, you know, do whatever that he could do on that type of side, but we had our own situation over here. I wasn't on Rockefeller. He had his own artists. He got, you know, so it was always a respect thing too, and also an admiration, a relation. You know what I mean? Him coming from, you know, just coming from Brooklyn. You know what I mean? He got his own story. I got mine, but we come from a similar part of town, you know what I'm saying, where we could relate to what we see, what we grew up seeing, what we you know, he lived in a projects, I lived in a projects too, you know what I'm saying? We got separate stories, but the relation of that alone connects you, you know what I'm saying? So you know, it was a cool relationship, I would say. I remember one point not like a competition, but it was just like you gotta step in your own shoes. You gotta walk. You know what I mean? You gotta put your feet in your own shoes and do it. And I never looked at him like, you know, like, yo, you gotta accept me. I'm young Brooklyn coming up. I just felt like I gotta make my way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you know, I know it's a lot of like artists too. They would like look at getting a feature from Hove, like that was like something they would aspire to. You know what I mean? Like it was like a goal. You know what I'm saying? So even with me, like I had to just wait till I got to that point where it was time. You know what I'm saying? Like, and people have asked me this, like other young audio, how you get the features with Hov? Like how you listening? I'm like, it's really like you get there and he kind of sees it almost like, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like he you know, he knows when it's time, or you know what I mean? Like
he's psychic. He knows.
It's not something you just come to him and be like, yo, Hov, I need you on this joint. And he just jump on, you know what I mean? And so like I just worked until it got to that point and it made sense.
Came organically. You ain't never do no like, yo, like just you let it.
You can't force that.
Word,
you can't rush it. You can't force it. You can't even down to what you doing. If you're not even, and he take note of it. That's, you know, that's still you put the work in to get there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you gotta appreciate that, especially as somebody at his level and caliber of what he's done in the game.
Competitive, like back in the day, do you feel like it was more competitive amongst rappers than it is now? It's like y'all kind of like having them conversations.
We feel like that in basketball.
Yeah,
with more people.
Definitely.
That you can kind of talk to and get.
We was just talking about that with basketball too. Everybody's like come together and
take
hang
pictures,
out
we
in
Instagram
the summertime.
Like, we don't want it to seem like
we
was younger, we didn't hang out. Cause we hung out and did all of that, but like
we was competitive.
The competitiveness and
the same
the
people we hanging with, we could fight in the game.
Right.
I don't see these young boys about to fight each other with the dudes they cool with. Like, bruh, like literally, me and Corey Maggette go back to 6th grade, and you done seen it in practice with us where we face to face, head to head, about to go at it, right or wrong. I don't see these young boys.
Yeah. It's a different energy. I think the same thing in hip hop. Like, you know what I mean? It's hip hop has went through a couple different transitions. We lost some, like, you know, legends of course too. Like, you know, Biggie and Tupac was two people that hung out together. You know, Pac went on his rant. Biggie used to sleep on my couch. Like, you know what I mean? So they definitely had a friendship and a camaraderie, and it ended up going the wrong way. And I think the things that surrounded them too is what inevitably made them like really bump heads as hard as they did. And I don't even think Biggie was that much on it because he was not looking at it like, you know, in the same way that Pac was looking at it. But you know, I think in hip hop we've taken a few losses, you know what I'm saying? And I think that comes into play where people is like, all right, let's not make it as competitive. Everybody's here to, you know, try to make great music, make some money, you know, take their families out the hood, do different things like that. But it's still, the sport of hip hop is still a competitive sport. You know what I'm saying? You want to be the best. You want to be on a song and have the best verse. You want to, you know, have the flyest fit at the award show. You know what I mean? Like, you know, some of those things are connected to, you know, being that guy. You know what I'm saying? And I think in sports it's the same way. We've seen a lot of we talked about how, me and my boys talked about how there wasn't a lot of team up kind of basketball in the 90s too. It was, you know, Jordan had his squad, Dominique Wilkins had his squad, Larry Bird had his squad, Magic had his squad. You know, they built teams, you know, but the superstars didn't like look to like, all right,
play with each other.
In the summer we gonna talk about getting together.
Right.
You know, I don't know when was the first. We had to talk about what was the first, and it might have been the Boston Big Three. Was it what we saying? Was it them that came together and really put together like a big three?
KG, Paul, and Ray.
And then I think the LeBron.
I mean, people would see the thing where you see on TV. People would argue like, well, the Lakers had like all them dudes became Hall of Famers because they won like 12, like, you know, however many championships. Like at the time,
but they built that team.
In those,
you know, Magic, James,
that's what they say. They say, oh, even though they were like built, they still were. They'll say they were a super team because they had 4 Hall of Fame, but like they became Hall of Fame because they won the way they did.
And some of them may have been role players who grew into being
they
great
didn't.
players. James Worthy to me could have been.
They weren't always their finished product.
Yeah.
Was my point.
They grew to.
They got Kareem in the trade, and then you draft Magic. You got Kareem, you got Worthy, and you got the rest of them killers.
Yeah, and the other people was great role players as well. You know what I'm saying? The Byron Scotts, the Michael Coopers, all of those guys helped make the team a great team. So it wasn't like coming together in the summer and saying, yo, you need to come over here. That wasn't going on to me back then. You know what I'm saying? Like, Jordan's team was built off of him.
You say the Celtics in the Big Three.
And, you know.
Yeah, they had their squad and they rolled with it. They second run. I
always talk shit about MJ. Like they can't tell me. Like, come on, man. First time
look how many years they lost.
First time Scotty became an MVP, it's over. So first time he got a co-star, we win, and we win the rest of the way. So I don't hear that. Anybody talk all that MJ? That's an irrelevant conversation for me.
Yeah, the Pistons, there's all of them teams that was great teams in them eras. I don't feel
stacked.
like they just was. You know what I mean? They put together a team and they team. The superstars though didn't come together like
how they come together now.
Sometimes the superstars came together was the dream team. It wasn't though. You know what I mean? It wasn't, and that was that was special. Seeing that together, you was like, damn, Michael playing with Magic, Barry, David Robb.
But even seeing them when they get together, like all of the footage we saw from the documentary on them, like they was at it. Like, you watch the All-Star games now, it don't be like what they was doing. I want to see the All-Star game when them dudes get together. Like, all right, I ain't tripping. Like, I get it. It's just the All-Star break. Kick it in the second half. Turn up. Turn up. Like what Kobe said. Turn up. He said him and CP, when they was on the team, they was undefeated. He said they took it serious. Like he want to see it too. Like turn up. This is what the millions and everybody want to see. They want to see the best collection of all the players on the planet get together and now let's go at it.
Right.
Let's the clash of the Avengers. Let's go at it. This is what it is when you get to the All-Star game. I ain't tripping. I ain't trying to see nobody get hurt out there on the All-Star. This your chill time a little bit, but they done gave us some extra days now. It ain't like you just there for the weekend and you done. They done gave y'all a bigger, like the team that win get $1 million or something. They get a bonus. Like, bruh, who? Go out there and get at it. I want to see Kyrie against Dame. I want to see whoever against whoever, and I want to see y'all square up and like take it serious. Don't let them walk to the hole and go show out. Like, nah, second half, let's second quarter, let's get to it. See some real hoop. Everybody's getting out there, get to it.
The real question is, do you think it ever will get back to that, or it's gonna get more friendly?
It just take the main guys. The main guys, if like when LeBron go, when KD go, when everybody else is new to the game, to have me, they gonna fall in line. That's how this go. When the big boys start, like, come on, man, who go? If LeBron out there playing hard and playing serious and telling y'all let's go, who ain't gonna follow him? I don't know who else. You know what I'm saying? Like, if he ain't saying, yo, let's get to it. Ain't no layups, ain't no this. It just take one of them main dudes to turn the tide. Like, hey, we for real. So you know how that's like me playing in the Big Three this year. What I told you all something before I played for, man, I'll be out there just chilling this, that, third. You get in the arena, like, hold up. It's a real NBA arena. Hold up. It's cameras. We on TV. Hold up. No, wait, he just tried to come at me. Like, now pride coming to play. Like, all this I just said I wasn't going to do, now I'm doing. Right. And I'm taking it serious, and I'm about to fight, too. Right. Whatever it is, because, like, pride going to come. You know about short on me in front of TV. So, like, all it takes is one person to pop or do something to somebody, and here we go.
Oh, y'all playing.
Like, don't play with
y'all
it.
Playing for real,
There you go. If somebody get for real, oh, you tried to embarrass me. Okay, hold up. Run that ball. Give me the ball back, right? What you gonna do if somebody come down on you in whatever setting, when you in your prime and you doing holy, what? Run that ball. I'm about to show him what it is. I
even think the sportsmanship was so high with players back then too. Like, even with the team, it was a little different. Like, I ain't been in no huddles or nothing, but like I've seen or heard like on docs or like Michael Jordan, like he stepped to you if you ain't like, you know what I'm saying? Like, fuck is you doing out here? You're trying to win and you slouching around. When I throw you that pad, you make that shit like they was on them in that way, not like on something like everybody just holding you accountable. You got one job, Steve Kerr. Knock that fucking shot down. Knock that shit down. That's it.
Who you got to win the championship this year? Who you got? What team you got coming out the East? What team you got coming out the West?
They team. He gonna say they team.
I got the Clippers winning it all.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Is that
I'm a
Clipper.
Opinion? I'm a Clipper, but it's hard for me. Like, this is my deal. This is my take on it. Right now, as a symbol, both teams, if the Lakers stay healthy, I can't go against AD, LeBron together healthy.
Yeah, that is.
And that's before you get to, you know, they didn't put some pieces with them, but I'm just saying, before they even did anything, once the trade was complete, you remember I told you, when AD got to LA, I said, well, I said, it's not really over. I say, but it's over. If they, the only thing is semantics. Like, if they could, you know, because AD may get hurt here or there, I don't think I know LeBron did everything possible not to have what happened last year happen. So only act of God is gonna change that. So he gonna be ready. Them two could stay healthy. Not to say that it's just unstoppable, but it's pretty much tough.
Out there, LA, Golden State, Denver,
G-State really.
Portland.
Clay ain't gonna be back till after February. So
what about Houston?
Houston gonna be in the running, but I don't know that they, like I say, a healthy AD. AD was wrecking the entire league by himself. The entire league with no help. So what I'm saying, the man got LeBron with him, and we already know what LeBron doing.
Over there. Look at
I'm just listen. I'm Clipper strong, bro. I'm you know what I'm saying. But I'm gonna be real. Like, we already know the last how many years, whatever team LeBron was on, automatic bid to the finals. That was automatic. Now he adds somebody who a top 3 or 4 player in the league. And he's young, who could really say, okay, LeBron, go manage yourself, game manage and take a couple games off. I'm just going to 40 these games while you out. And he legit could do that. If he's healthy. If he's healthy, AD could be a potential MVP candidate. Easy. With LeBron setting up the table, he potentially, if he stays healthy the entire time, outside of outside of D-Wade, LeBron ain't had no better teammate than him.
The crazy part is that all of these teams is so brand new that this is all speculations. Like, it ain't nobody like you could go from their 2018 roster and just say, like, I'm looking at it, like, that's what I was sitting here thinking of, and everybody's different. Everybody who was the top tier teams last year, they're all different, except for maybe Denver.
I don't feel like Denver gonna be up there as high as they was last year.
Utah gonna be higher than them.
Yeah, I feel like Denver ain't gonna do the same because the shuffled and changed. Like, now you got the Clippers, you got the Lakers.
Right, it changes the whole dynamic.
Clippers was 8th,
even on the East. Like, Sixers changed so much. Boston changed a little bit.
Miami,
Miami
Brooklyn,
changed a little bit. Toronto lost Kawhi. Like, you know what I mean? There's so many different changes. Is that I can't even go off of their 2018 history. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, I got to just open the book and see where it starts out this year. Like,
League Pass going to be lit this year. Subscribers getting it in.
I'm undecided, man. But y'all, Clippers, I'm going to watch out for y'all picks, though. Clippers and Lake Show.
You don't got no pick?
I don't. I'm so, it's such a juggle for me. I can't even say nobody that I think. Like, I want to see how all of these new teams pan out. Like, I don't even know. Like I said Houston, but then I said, damn, I'm looking at, see all these memes with Harden and Westbrook fighting over the ball. Like, you know, this shit is funny. But like,
that's
what combination
do
you like though? What combination of like do you like how you got Kawhi and
I do like LeBron and AD though.
It's duos all
because it's like it's a cool. I like that duo because it's not in the same. Like, when I look at Kawhi and Paul George, I feel like it's almost a similar. And the same thing with Harden and
CJ.
Yeah.
Harden and Russ, they both.
Well, I like LeBron and AD. They, you know what I mean? That go back to how
big and wing.
Right.
Like Kobe and Shaq. Yeah.
What I hope for, like we said earlier, I want to see Clippers and the Lakers in the Western Conference Finals. Let's see that. I'm good. Satisfaction.
LA would
Let me
love
get my
that.
popcorn.
No, we can't get y'all that though. That's
Then you go New York and Brooklyn and the East.
I don't think that's gonna happen.
Not right now. Not right now. That's a pipe dream.
Well, how high Brooklyn gonna be in the season?
I think Brooklyn gonna get in them. They gonna get in the playoffs. They gonna get up there. They in there.
When KD get back,
When KD get back, then it's gonna be a whole different ball game. That's a whole different ball game. I wasn't even talking with KD, but with KD, that's a whole different ball game.
I want to ask you this: you deep into fashion, and I like our fashion era more than I like the fashion era now of the NBA players. I feel like, our stuff was baggy, but we wasn't wearing the shit that they wearing.
I think they got attention.
He hates it.
You know, like the fit.
In hip-hop.
He hates the finish.
The fashion back then to the fashion now, because you got guys wearing skinny jeans like they rock stars. Like, it's a whole lot of stuff.
Yeah, it just changed. I think you gotta do what's comfortable for you and your style. That's how I always approach fashion. Period. You know, there's different trends, like how you said, and I, you know, during the early 2000 era, everything was bigger, it was baggier, and that was just, you know, the trend of the time. Now, you know, I might not be wearing super skinnies, but I'm not gonna wear, you know,
extra baggy.
Nah, me too. I'm with you.
Bell bottoms.
I'm not Euro. I'm nowhere near Euro, but I'm not 5XL no more either.
Right.
I'm closer to my regular 1XL I should be wearing.
Right.
You wear fitted.
No, I don't. No, I don't. Stop it. Stop it. Don't play with
But what
me.
you think about the younger cats, this new style of clothes they wear? Because you
I
don't
think
dress
it's they,
like them. You
yeah, I
dress
think it's
more,
they. I think it's they time. You know what I'm saying? You can't. You know, it was a time we would look at what our parents was wearing and look at them crazy too, and they would look at what we was wearing.
I was about to say, it
crazy.
was a time when we came in, like when we came in the league.
Then when your pants was sagging or your pants was big, your moms would be
everything,
like, yeah.
do-rags,
Right.
literally do-rags to the
Right.
game. Everything was Jordan. Our entire wardrobe, head to toe.
Y'all
was
made
Jordan.
them suit up the y'all ever responsible for making
Hey,
them
we
be like, you
came
know
in
what?
the AI
Y'all ain't
under
gonna come
the
to these.
Iverson.
Y'all ain't gonna be just coming to these games in do rags and you know.
The AI got his mama braided his hair on the bench. One of his braids popped out. She fixed it on the bench, boy.
Yeah, see,
like
that's gutter.
Come on, man. We came in under the
That's gangster
heavy
right
AI
there.
influence. Big chains, the Ice Age, everything was going on then. That was the like. Now it's kind of coming back. But Ice had went out it for a minute. Now it's coming back. But we was when it was dumb stupid. We had everything, but our Social Security on our first chain piece, boy.
Yeah.
Everything we wanted. That thing as big as it could be. Like,
Right.
yeah.
That was the era. And it was an era of hip hop also ushering into the NBA because
That was when, this man Jersey was in every beat. We like, man, we used to laugh. They used to call Bow Wow Mr. 106 in Park. What would you say? No, he ain't. My young boy right here.
I think I wore D joint in.
It was him or
Can't
LO
deny it.
jersey was the most popular Clipper jersey. You might catch a one off me, Elton, or Corey, but it was D Miles and LO jersey was in everything back then. Literally, LO was from New York, and everybody he was like co-runner-up for Rookie of the Year the year before, and he was the man on our team. And then he was the highest rookie, well, straight out of high school ever taken, and was just the phenom. It was one of them two. It was out of there. That was the first time we really started, like he said in the thing, like that was the first time people started rocking with the Clippers in a positive way.
Y'all was drafted together or
Together.
Same year.
same year?
What about jerseys back then to jerseys now?
I like the fit better now.
Of the material of it, it's better material.
I like the way we wearing them now. Like I like, you know, it's more fitted. It's more like a clean look. You know what I'm saying? Like like last summer I was wearing it like a basketball jersey with like a button up over.
Well,
I
think Nike completely changed everything
Yeah.
when they took over. Just the whole gear game on the NBA side is just out of this world. You'll see the hoodies, everything. Just Nike just swagged it out. But was you asking more as like the designs, like.
Yeah, I
Think
like
about
the
it like
design
the
better than
90s. The
I like the
90s
design
were like the
better
Raptors jerseys, or like now it's kind of more
By far.
conservative. Like
by far. Even the throwbacks, like they looked at dope just being brought to, you know, that era. They was
Like
70s jerseys or 80s jerseys, but they in that era, they, you know what I mean? So
I feel like
definitely
Jordan and Nike them doing a dope job with the jerseys, but I want to see them go back to when think about when Mike played and they had the cactus jerseys where they had them teal blue with the cactus.
All-Star joint.
Yeah, the joint.
Yeah, they brought them back.
They going like all white and black kind of. To me, it's
Yeah.
like, man, freak it out.
For the
If y'all-
All-Star,
like if
yeah.
y'all going to Miami, go with the pink Miami
Yeah.
Vice jerseys
Yeah.
for the whole
They
theme.
even
of
tell a
All-Star.
story because that was the San Antonio
Word.
year.
That
Had
was
the
San Antonio,
cactus.
right? When they had the
Exactly.
cactus,
Or it
nigga.
was in Phoenix and they had
Wherever
the
you
cactus.
gonna
Yeah, the
be, do
cactus.
something
Right.
ill like that and get somebody to come in and
Yeah, Nike, you hear that?
yeah, word up. You know what I'm saying?
Word,
Dude,
Q.
get back to it.
Yeah.
That was hard.
Albums or mixtapes?
It used to be mixtapes, but I think it's albums now. I think because mixtapes are coming out on the same platform as albums now. Like you can't even, like people are titling them mixtapes, but mixtapes before, you know, like it was freestyles, it was you over other people's beats. Now mixtapes have become like a project where you just over your own, you know, over your own beats, like, you know what I mean? So it's changed the mixtape dynamic. So even I would just say albums
the way
now.
we get it is different. Like I missed that. I missed
mixtapes used to have to, like, it was a process. It was sneaky. It was underground.
Man, I used to come to my boy like, yo,
or you bought it on the street.
Yo, I got that news. Something you ain't heard. You used to be.
Yeah, you could pull out one that these people ain't heard. You ain't heard that news. Oh, like you had the tape. People wanted to borrow your shit, or they want to burn it or copy it. And now it's all digital streaming, so it's a different whole.
It's a different.
Yeah, how you digest it is different.
What's your favorite verse you ever?
So many, man. Like that's even hard down to song. So verse, I don't know. I did
one of your favorites.
One of my favorites got to be Young OG 2, because I talk a little bit about just raising my son and having a son and that whole experience, and telling him how I want to like raise him and teach him to do things, and I wasn't taught these things, but now it's made me make sure that I want to be there for doing that. And it was kind of like me speaking on how he's like evolved me as a man, you know what I'm saying? Like you have a kid, but at the same time you having a kid grows you up too, you know what I'm saying? So me speaking on that in that song, that was one of my favorite verses, you know what I'm saying? People have hit me and told me they related to it too, just from having a kid, and it just raises them up a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? It become a different, when you out here, you don't have no responsibility. You're a man, you still doing what you, but to have a responsibility now.
That purpose, that why.
So that one. Who in rap now that you messing with that's out, that's kind of doing their thing, that you kind of listen to them, see them come up?
Man, I like a lot of guys, man. I like them for different reasons. Yeah. Different, some of them is, their energy, some is flows, some is songs, you know what I mean? I still listen to some of the old school, I guess you would say old school, the 90s, 2000s. Like I still feel like that's a vibe that you can't take away.
Yeah, I still listen to that too. It's like I grew up on that, so it's like you gotta hear that.
And it's not the same anymore, so I miss that sometimes.
Right, it's almost like it's different versions of the same music, you know what I'm saying? It's like 90s, it's 2000s, and from 2010 on, it might be a little different whole vibe, you know what I'm saying? And now we here in 2019, but I appreciate all styles of it, you know what I'm saying? Like I got a son now, he's 11, so he listening to all the little guys, the little
doing
punks
the
and little, you know what I mean? So he, I appreciate all of it, you know what I mean? And sometimes it even cross the line, like when I do a song with Lil Uzi, he like my son could, he like, oh, yo, you did a song with Lil Uzi, you know what I'm saying? So it kind of connects to their world a little bit more, you know what I'm saying? So
make it's daddy still cool.
Yeah. Get my cool point. So, you know what I mean? And some things I do just to, because he wasn't here during the times where, I was in those positions. But, I did 2K20 recently. So that's like a thing for you to see his dad in 2K20. He like, oh, you know what I'm saying? But I think NBA Live, 03 or something like that. But you know what I mean? He wasn't here for that, so he ain't really. So that was one cool thing about doing it now, was like not him getting to see it and him getting to experience it too.
Roc Nation, explain to me what do Roc Nation mean to you, and being under that umbrella with Jay at top.
Roc Nation is family. Like it's always been that way. Even everybody through their structure. Like I said, I was signed to Clue, and Clue was signed to Rockefeller. So it's always been like, like connection. Distant family, you know what I'm saying? So when I went over there, it was, still connecting with Lenny S. and, their whole team, and Tata and all the guys there, Emery, everybody there was, was like working with family. So it didn't even feel like work. It didn't feel like you was just signing to somebody and you had to worry about how it was going to play out, you know what I'm saying? Also with Hov, he's like an artist, you know what I'm saying? So when he does things, he's doing it from a platform of not just business, but also for the artist.
Yeah.
And keeping the artist forward and in the front of what he's doing. You know, when he did Tidal, it was about the artist getting fair share and the streaming, because you may not get that with Apple, you may not get that with Spotify, you know what I mean? So they were giving you the best splits, and I always, you know, admire that as well. You know what I'm saying? It's like when a player gets to be a coach or a player gets to be a GM, you know what I mean? If they don't lose it on the way up, they remember it, you know, coming from the same walks of life as the players as well. So, you know, you gotta appreciate that.
That's dope. My question I always like to know, bro, like when you first got to a point where whatever the amount of money was, you know, we all come from the hood, and I know when we became rookies, the little whatever money we got, we thought we was rich. So in my eyes, I'm like, what? I'm about to get something like I ain't nobody.
You is rich to your previous lifestyle.
You feel me? We are rich like, instantly.
We thought saying we was, that, but you be like, man,
rich. What? Like, so I want to know what you did, what you go by. That looking back on now as an adult, like shit, that probably wasn't the best thing to do. But like when you did it, it was like, like now I did. I want
still
this.
Don't regret it. I bought a car.
Word.
And I was lit that summer. So I don't regret that at all. Like I bought a CL 600 Benz.
Big boy,
coupe, big coupe.
Yeah. Bow leg. I know you put some things on it.
I put some shit on it. Yo, that was one of my best summers ever. I have no regrets about that. That was it 0?
Cause I ain't had a 600. I had the CL 55 AMG. And I'm proud of it to this day, because we was on Lincoln Avenue, and I tore Corey McGetty ass out the frame in the Ferrari Spider. You remember when we got to practice, I told you about it. You know, them Ferrari got to change gears and do all that shit. We done went about 10 seconds longer, he would have tore my ass out the frame, but I had it already like, man, I done took off and you still back there changing gears. I'm like, man, that was one of my favorit cars ever, the CL.
CL
what did
crazy.
You buy that you was like, I can't believe I paid that much for that?
It wasn't a crib, because I think when you buy a house, you were kind of like,
you feels it,
like you accept it. Like it probably was some jewelry. It probably was a chain or two I bought. I really don't have regrets on any of that though, because it kind of is a part of where, like your story, like if you look at your life and the story is chapters of your life where you're gonna have to go through some things to get you to the ending chapters. So I look at, you know, buying those things, even how I used to buy jewelry versus how I buy jewelry now. I've learned how to buy jewelry, like
only
you know what I'm saying,
because you went through what you went through,
right? Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're not and we don't come from nobody being able to teach us how to, you know what I'm saying? Like we don't have even down to everybody want a Rolex. It was because you wanted a Rolex, but somebody could tell you, yo, this is a Rolex and it's gonna hold its value here. We didn't have nobody. We didn't have nobody even ahead of us who had a Rolex.
Which is why we waste so much money before we really realize and start saving it.
Right.
Because we ain't had that. Like, I'm telling you, when you sit in the locker room with some of your teammates and some of your people, I can remember sitting with, you know what I'm saying, just talking with JJ Redick. JJ Redick don't got none of the same shit going on that we got going on at the crib, bro. You talking about different stuff. JJ like, wait, what?
Right.
You guys give your parents money?
Right.
Like,
yeah, that's what I was saying.
You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, bro. Like,
they didn't never had to. They like, go ahead, baby. You do whatever you have to do.
Like, real talk. Like, wait,
they don't even come from that lifestyle.
What?
We looking to take care of our parents because we really have to. Like, it ain't even like just something you want to do it, but it's like, what would I do if I'm not doing that? Like, well, how would you even?
You flew everybody out to your wedding. They just flew themselves to ours. So I'm like, yeah, bro, I had to help out. You know what I'm saying? They couldn't come.
That's part of it.
Yeah, Kyle Korver did an article with the Players Tribune, and he was talking about Andre Iguodala, who was one of his teammates, and he was like, Andre told him like, yeah, man, I gotta pay my mama bill and I gotta take care of all these bills, and he was like, Man, you pay your mama bills?
You're right. It's
but
real.
he didn't grow
That's
up like us,
shit.
or he didn't know
That's
like
real.
that's how it's supposed to be,
like
or so
said,
forth.
we
grew
weren't
up a whole
raised to
different
be
way.
able to know how to
Right.
manage this and that. Like,
Right. We ain't have nobody even before us to even see it. Like, you know what I'm saying? We ain't even seen nobody handling bills. We've seen people struggling to pay their bills every month.
Ain't nobody around us ever had this much money.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you remember this. You came to St. Louis, and I think we Nelly and them had like a game. I don't know if it was a pro-am game or it was like a charity game or something. And we was in the locker room, and you was about to battle Hitman Holla.
Word?
When he was like young. You don't remember that?
Nah.
That was like
Hell
a
no,
long.
word?
This was like early 2000. I want to say like 2001 or something
That's
like that.
crazy.
And you and Hitman Holla was about to battle, and the way you was looking there was like you about to fight him. Then Nelly came in the locker room, was like, nah, man, forget that. Come on, let's go.
Word? Shit.
And you was stranded on the island, and there was 3 albums you had to have on the island with you. What are them 3 albums you would have?
I might go Jay-Z's Blueprint. Nas, It Was Written. And I might go, I think I need one R&B joint just to.
there you go. I didn't want to say it to try and curve you, but okay, go ahead.
I just need
You said one R&B. I'm just saying, you know me, I like some R&B.
Who's that one though? You ain't got no chicks there, so you just need a good vibe. And no chick, you stranded on the island. You don't want no nothing to make you think too hard. You just want a vibe. Maybe Mary J. Blige. What's the 411?
I was gonna say I ain't know which album. I was thinking Mary though.
If you had to pick 2 other rappers to do 3-on-3 with, to go against
Hooping.
And hooping?
Yeah. Who was the other 2 rappers you would pick to play with you?
Can it just be an artist or could it be?
Well, artists. I'm putting.
Chris is good. Chris Brown.
Breezy. I told you
Right,
that
Chris?
time.
Chris is an amazing talent, bro. Like I don't even know.
Right. Sing,
God
dance.
God just
Hoop,
sprinkled all kind of
flip.
shit. Just all kind of art. Like he does all kind of shit. Like you know what I mean. There's a couple guys I play with. I would say Chris, and I would say Dave East could play too. I would fuck with East. Trey could play. And some guys who play, but they not like ball players too.
Yeah.
Like I'm sure y'all see a lot of that.
Nah,
Really,
trust me.
Yeah.
I seen J. Cole up at the
Cole be hooping now.
I
went
seen
to,
him hooping the Lifetime at the
yeah,
Chris
I went to
Wrigley.
Highlights
to
on Gucci. Gucci was just.
I seen
shooting.
Gucci shooting too. I ain't never played with Gucci. I
Gucci
played
got
with
athletic on y'all boys.
Chris
He
and
dunking.
East.
Yeah.
After he lost
I never
the
played with Gucci. I just see the video. And you know the one thing about the Instagram videos, you get all the highlights.
All the
right?
highlights.
You
Highlights.
get all the swishes.
None of the
You know
low
what I'm saying?
lights.
So that's the only thing I'm gonna say about IG. You know what I'm saying? But I played with Chris. I played with East. I played with Trey. You know, for the most part, them is 3 that I know.
We got the special edition Hennessy VSOP, man. This is the Knuckleheads edition, man.
Oh,
we
wow.
appreciate you for coming out, repping us.
Put this up on the bar, man.
You know what I'm saying?
They can't even touch this.
That yak.
Yeah.
When Brooklyn win the championship, you can pop it up.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh.
It might pop before that, but you know what I mean.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna try to hold it down.
Very special. All right, man, that's the wrap, man. We just got through chopping it up. The blackest one in the building. Got my man Fabo in the building.
Yes, sir.
We got it in today, man.
Yeah, man. We talk some real shit.
Hey, check it out. Check it out. Download, subscribe, do all that.